Hey everybody, I'm back and here to do a look smoky eye. So I've already primed my face, I primed my lids, and I have two bases that I used, both the NYX Jumbo White and I used the e.l.f. Jumbo Black. Okay, so I did that because I want to create a really bright look on the front 2/3 of my eye and a really darker look towards the back end. So my mirror's here. I have to look this way in order to do it. And I may not do that much talking just so that I could, focus on getting the look done. But I'm going to start first by going in with my Over the Rainbow palette. And I'm going to use this blue color here. Okay, so just stay tuned and watch while I turn this face into Diva, okay? I like to pat my shadows on before I blend them. And I always use a flat shadow brush. Now, normally I would spray these, but actually the color show up is really good already. Probably going to spray the brush with the next color. Don't worry about being neat at this portion because you're going to blend later, okay? Next, I'm going in with my Jordana loose pigment. It comes in a bottle like this. It's a really, really, really pigmented blue. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to use that same brush because it's mostly blue hues. I'm going to spray it with the e.l.f. Setting spray. I like to get it pretty damp, especially if I'm using the loose shadows. Excuse this tape, it's kind of like pulling my eye. And I also blow off the excess always. So I'm going to place this color right behind the first blue color that I used. Again, patting onto the lid, blending later. I don't like to drag it because then I get movement in my shadow. So I just pack it in like that. Beautiful blue color. All right, again, I'm using one of the same brushes because I'm using all blue hues. I normally switch my brushes up when I'm using different colors. So next I'm going to go in with my Almay. It's the Softy. I have that in like a midnight blue. It's called Midnight Sky. And I'm going to add that to, I won't say the last third because I am going to smoke it out. So I use the first blue, then the second blue. Now this is going to be the third blue before I get to the darker color. Okay, so it looks like up on the brush. I'm just going to pack that in. It's a beautiful color. Ladies, you're going to want a smooth transition. You don't want to look and see blocked out lines. So then what I do is go back in with the opposite colors and go with the lightest color blending into the darkest color and blend. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that first blue and get that blended into the second blue really nicely. I'm using a blending brush, it's a small one. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with that second blue, which was the pigmented one, and just kind of blend it in. Excuse me, I hit my light. Blend it into the darkest blue. So I'm going right where you see that color kind of look like there's a line. I don't like broken up shadows. So we kind of spend a lot of time packing and blending. Okay, now I'm just going to go in for another blending brush. Give me a second. Okay. I'm going to pick up my Rimmel. I have a quad here, and I'm going to go in with that black. I like this black. It's a matte black, so I use it a lot. Then I'm just going to get me a V, a nice little V here. Blending really nicely. It's a really rich black. I'm going to drag that into the other colors softly. I don't want it too dark looking. This is just to calm down that blue line. Okay, you can still see some of my primer. Don't worry, I'm going to blend that all out nicely. I should have prepared this stuff before I tried to start filming. I really should have. But, so I'm going to pick up another shader brush. Same type, and I'm going to go in with my Sun-Kissed bronzer. I'm going to use the brown just as a transition color here, the bronzer color. Okay, we need to soften those lines, drag it up. That way we're getting rid of any type of under base and softening the look out. Okay, and you're blending everything in. You really want to soften out that black a lot. Going back in with the Almay, the blue. I see a few gaps in the shadow, so I want to make sure it's blended perfectly. And ladies, you can build up a color as much as you want. Just don't want to go too heavy because it's harder to take it away. Once you have it the way you want it, You're definitely going to want to get a highlight color or something to separate the difference between these two shadows. So I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay -1 palette and pick up that Half Baked. And I'm going directly underneath my brow and on my brow bone. I drag it lightly to the front because I really want the highlight to show towards the back end of the eye. Okay, and I'm dragging that down into that brown transition color so everything could blend well. Gonna go back in with a little bit more of that brown to deeper define everything. Make sure you clean your brushes, ladies. If you're using just one or two, clean them as you go because you don't want the colors to mix in and ruin your blend. I'm just basically blending my highlight color in with the transition color and pulling it down. Okay. I'm taking this black pencil. It's from Chinatown. I don't know, someone ordered it for me. Actually, China. I don't know why I said Chinatown. And it came from Amazon. The label's gone. I don't know, but it's like the blackest of black. And I'm going to line my waterline with this. Don't worry about being neat here because I'm going to smudge some colors into this as well. At this point, I remove my tape. Give you that really clean, sharp line there. I'm going to go back in with my Ecos tool brush that I used to get that blue and just smoke out the bottom portion of my lashes with the loose pigment from Jordana. Okay. So far this is what I got. I'm running this video a little bit long, so what I'm going to do is cut it here, apply my lashes, and then I'll come back and do my face with you guys, okay? So I may touch up the blending just a little bit. Anywhere I see lines, I'm just going to blend it a little further, but I wanted to try to give you guys an idea on how I achieve my look. So I'll be back. Stay tuned. Hey ladies, so I'm back. What I did was apply my graphics eyeliner by LA Colors, and I also added on my lashes. I just finished the bottom lash line and smoked it out with a little bit of that Almay Midnight Blue. So now I'm going to get into my face, and this is going to look really crazy for the process, but just bear with me. I'm using a couple of different things. Right now I'm going to start out with the MAC Pro Conceal palette. I'm going to use just a regular brush from Michaels. It's just like a brush, a paintbrush, and I use that to apply, well, at least to just put it on my face, and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. So bear with me and just watch. I'm going in with this NC40, and generally I highlight and contour underneath my foundation, but today I want more of a fuller coverage, so I'm just highlighting as a base first, and then I'm going to go in after I put on my foundation and highlight some more. Okay, so I'm just doing the infamous Kim Kardashian V underneath my brow, excuse me, my eye. Clean up any excess, any fallout. Again, I'm just packing it on with this. The way I do my makeup may look a little different from what you're used to seeing. But again, I'm no professional. I just do it you know, what works best for me. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not doing a crazy highlight. I'm just highlighting just a bit. And I'm going to get my chin. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to be blended. Now, this is a little trick that I learned from another YouTube subby, but I like to highlight my cupid's bow. I want that to be prominent. I want it to pop out. So I'm drawing a little line here. And then on the other side, right above the lip. Okay, so it's going to make that pop. Of course, I'm going down my nose. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we are going to blend, ladies. Blending is my best friend. It's what makes me late. What gives me life. I like to highlight also underneath where my contour will be. That way it'll give more dimension to the face, slenderize it. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Once again, we're going to fix everything, make it work. Okay, I really like to highlight my forehead a lot, but I'm gonna do it a little bit just for camera's sake today. All right, now as you guys can see, I have like some, I guess, discoloration from dark pimples or whatever. So I go in with the color corrector, which is the orange color. I get that on. It looks really bright and crazy right now, but it's going to correct my skin tone, make everything flawless and even. Anywhere you see a little dark blemish, I pat in this ochre color. That's what they refer to it as, I think. Oh no, this is pure orange. The ochre color is the mustard. Okay. Anywhere you see a little dark blemish. Then on top of that, to tone down that color, after I use my Precision Beauty Blender, I'll just beat that in a little bit. Then I like to go back in with a color that's closest to my skin color to blend that orangey look out. And I'm packing it directly on top of the orange. Ladies, concealer is my best friend. I do not leave home without it, ever. It fixes everything, in my opinion. Okay, so again, I'm just finding the areas where they're darker than most. Okay. Now I'm going to spray my Beauty Blender with some of this setting spray. Get it a little damp. And begin to blend out or blend it in my skin. Lightly, because I mean, this is just a base. I use the other end to go on my tear duct here, make it nice and neat. I'm just blending all of these colors into my skin before I apply my foundation. It kind of gives you a flawless face before you even put the foundation on. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, again. So now I'm going to go in with the same Michaels brush, and I'm using a darker brown color to contour everywhere I highlighted. So I'm going in on my nose first, and I start at the tip of the brow, excuse me. Up close by my brow, and I drag it down in a straight line. Again, if it looks too dark right now, it's going to get blended so it doesn't matter. So there's where you can see a contour, okay? Going in on the other side the same exact way. I'm always dropping something. I'm so loud with everything I'm doing. Okay. So now that that darker brown's in there, you can kind of see that I'm shaping my nose to make it slender, to hide some of the nose meat. All right. I then like to contour around my forehead on the edges to bring back some shadow towards my headline so you don't have that look of a mask. You won't want to look like you're wearing a mask, ladies. Not neat, just throw it in there. I get my contour in the hollows of my cheeks. Again, I'm going to blend this later, just applying it now. And as you can see, it's slendering out my face already. Now, as you know, I highlighted that cube exposed, so you're gonna, anywhere you highlight, you're gonna contour. So I go in with a little brown right in the center to bring darkness to that area. And again, it looks crazy now, but it'll look great once I'm done. I even do 2 lines on either side of where I highlighted my chin, and I also go underneath the jawbone, underneath the bottom highlight, okay? I want to slenderize this face, you guys. So now that I've carved out this face exactly the way that I want it, blend away. That's what I'm going to do before applying my foundation. I like to go in with the light first and blend the light first because I don't want the dark going into the light and making it defeat the purpose. So I'm blending all of the darker shades first. Creating that cheekbone. You don't want to do your contour too low. You will get that 5 o'clock shadow look. It'll almost make you look like a drag queen. So you definitely want to make sure that that contour line is right beneath your highlight and not where that second highlight is. Okay? Keep blending. I'm going to go to the nose and blend that out. Mix it together, so to speak. So I'm not looking like Pinocchio. Okay, then I get my precision corner to get closer in to the top. I hope I don't make weird faces while doing my makeup, because I've seen people biting on their lips, sticking their tongue out, going, oh, good. I'm trying to be very mindful of my face throughout this entire process. Okay. And you blend the darker part of your contour for your nose up into your eyebrow to create a slenderized nose. Okay? Once you've blended to the point where you feel comfortable, then you go in with your favorite foundation or whatever foundation you're going to use for the day. And for me, I'm going to be using my Revlon Photo Ready. Okay? I pump about 2 pumps on my hand. That's about it. That's all you're going to need. Going in with my e.l.f. powder brush. I like to stipple it in first. Something like this. And then blend later. Okay? This is going to cover up the contour and the highlight that I just put on. Okay? And that was just a base. So I'm definitely going to do another layer. But this just helps it along the way. I like to work outward, and I hit my forehead last. Okay, and as you can see, it's becoming a really nice blend. Stippling in first, and then I will spread after. I don't know what you ladies do to get the foundation in your nose area, but I don't like to even risk messing up my eyebrows. So I then pick up a different brush, in which today I'm going to be using this Nika K foundation brush. I use whatever excess is left on my hand, and of course you're going to get the center so you don't have discoloration in your face. You're going to go over that brown contour that you made. Okay. I go around my eyebrows to make sure there isn't any primer showing still. And then you want to clean up, of course, any shadow or anything. Make sure it's all blended in nicely. Get the corners of your lips. And I think I'm going to need to put on some EOS lip balm because I go around my piercings to make sure I don't have like a circle of dark skin there. Then I go back in with my powder brush using whatever is left. It's very minimal at this point. And blend down. Get your neck, honey. You do not want your neck to be a different color. Okay? This video's running rather long. This is my first full face tutorial, so I hope you guys are bearing with me. I'm going to try to speed up the rest of this. That way, you know, you're not watching a 30-minute video. So just when I went to grab my EOS lip balm, my mom called, and mothers, they always call when you're in the middle of doing something. It frustrates me. All right, so let's keep moving right along. So as you guys can see, I applied my highlight and contour underneath my foundation first, just as a base and a start. And I have on a face of my medium coverage, which is Revlon Photo Ready. Now, I usually use MAC. I really like full coverage. This is why I'm going in with yet another highlight and contour. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my LA Pro colors, and let's see, this is in the color Fawn. Now, I usually don't like putting this applicator directly on my face. I don't know if it's liquefied or how it's going to come out, so I go down and put it on the back of a palette first. Okay. I'm going to go back in with my Michaels brush, and I'm going to begin to highlight underneath my eyes with this color because it is more of a full coverage, although the MAC is very good, but when you put it underneath the foundation, it's almost like defeating the purpose, but it does give you base. Okay, so as you can see, that's a lighter color, which is going to give me a stronger highlight. Same V pattern. I'll blend later with my Beauty Blender. Okay, and of course you're going to hit the nose again. This is totally up to you. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm home. It's Sunday. I have nothing else to do right now because my wife is resting until I cook later. So I figured, how about a full face? And this is what I go through daily. So I wake up really early to make sure my face is beat, honey. At this point, I don't leave the house without makeup on. And if I do, it's a light BB cream still. Now, I don't want too much of a highlight on my forehead, so I just use the excess of what's left to simply lighten a little. I don't like dragging it all the way up because then you have like this weird highlight. I just do the V of my forehead and then I skip a space and go down the nose, okay? So going back in with a Beauty Blender, I'm going to spray it with the setting spray once again, and I'm going to blend. I always like having a highlight underneath my jaw here so you can tell the difference between the contour and the highlight, in which you can't see the contour right now. So I'm going to go back in and get some more of that MAC in W55 and blend it in. Okay? Blend, blend, blend. I don't know, it's the first time using beauty blenders. I used to just blend with brushes or my fingers or whatever. I like the Beauty Blender, but it kind of feels like I'm punching myself in the face every time. Oh gosh. Okay guys, as you can see, you are seeing some contours. You are seeing a lot of highlight. So we're just going to blend that down really, really well. Get that Cubix bow again. Okay. Of course, anytime you highlight, you're going to want to contour as well. So I'm cleaning my brush, and I'm going back in with that NW55 by MAC, and I'm going to contour the nose down slightly. okay? Get the sides again. The hollows of your cheeks, that is. This is where your contour is really gonna show, because now it's on top, okay? Definitely still want to make sure you don't have that masky look and blend into your forehead and headline with that dark color. When I blend the contour, I'm bringing it around the highlight, okay? That's what I do. I don't like that drag queen going all the way up my face. And I love drag queens. I'm actually a drag hag. But, you know, their faces, contours are set differently. That's why they do their makeup differently. So this is the way I do mine, making sure to blend everything. Okay, now you're going to want to set everything and get it to be a phenomenal blend, okay? So what I do is I take my Ben Nye banana powder, okay? I pour it in an upside down eyelash tray. I don't know if you can see that. Then I grab a cosmetic sponge, and this one is latex free. I didn't know the difference until I started using these. And they just blend much better. They don't give you that harsh yellow overlay. Blow off the excess, and you're gonna pat your banana powder into your highlight, okay? I'm excessive and sloppy with it because I, you know, blend and brush it away. I sometimes see people apply their banana powder with a brush. I prefer to use a sponge. Because I feel like with the brush hairs, it doesn't fully mat it in all the way. Okay, anyway you highlight, you're gonna set the highlight, okay? I'm gonna go down my nose. I like to turn my spongy to the side. Okay, get a nice neat line, trying not to go over the brown. And then we're gonna, of course, go under the jawbone. Really lightly, not too heavy, so I don't want that overcast. And then I'm gonna go, of course, in the center of my forehead. I let that sit. Okay, you want to let it sit and absorb the makeup so that it doesn't look like, I don't know if you guys ever got that curdly look on top of your foundation and on top of your highlight, it looks like it moved or seeped or something. All right, so now I'm going to go in with some bronzing powder, and I'm going to set that contour with that. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta walk away from the camera. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. So sorry, I love my mineralized skin finish, and I don't leave home without that either, so I always have it in my bag. So that's where it was, had to go get it. Again, this video is running kind of long. I apologize for this, but hopefully you guys learned a little something in the way that I do things. So again, anywhere I put the darker, that's where I'm setting. Going under the jawbone, even in the center of that cubic bow. Then I'm going to get a smaller brush and highlight the, pack it into the side of the nose to set that contour on my nose. Okay. I know it looks crazy, girls, but trust me, I'm going to pull it all together. Now I'm going to sweep away all the excess. Sweep it, brush it, blend it, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Brush everything away, blend it perfectly. I looked a hot mess before I started this video, girls. Okay. Now I just want to hit it with a little bit more of the, I forgot to tell you guys, I use my Sun Kiss highlighter, and I get that in the inner tear duct in case there's anything that needs to be blended all together. Just to brighten up that area a little bit. See that little pop? Okay. For my blush today, I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Bronzer in Rose d'Oro. Rose d'Oro, excuse me. Yeah, so I added in my blush. It's a really cute, pretty color. I'm going to finish off with a little bit of e.l.f. bronzer. I'm using my professional bronzing brush from e.l.f. This was like $1. I really don't like these brushes at all. The hairs are really like synthetic feeling. But it works for this little small thing that I do with it. You want to get that bronzing effect right at the highest point of your cheekbone. Not too much. Don't drag it down too low. Okay, just a soft hint. I kind of highlight right there and straight down my nose. Okay, ladies, we're almost there. I know it was a lot, and I appreciate you all bearing with me. I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm going to just press that in to blend everything together, making sure I don't have any harsh lines anywhere. Okay, that's all I do. When I touch up my makeup, all I do is grab this handy dandy thing and just add some more. I did get some blotting pads, but I don't know how I feel about them right now. Okay, and the last but not least, I am going to do my lips, okay? Again, I'm very unprepared. Very sorry about that. So I'm grabbing a pencil by LA Colors in brown. I'm going to line my lips with it lightly. Okay, just a very, very light line. All right, and next I'm going in with Glorious Pink. This is a lipstick color by a company called Ice. It's Glorious Pink. It's a really pale pink color. Very smooth and light. I didn't do a big coat of this because I really just wanted the pink hue just a little bit. I'm using my Milani's Bare Secret #1 to top that. And that's the color I really wanted. So I didn't want to go too heavy with the pink, but my lips are darker. So I didn't want the color to not show up. There you have it, ladies. This is my look. And for my hair, I put it up in a small humpadora in the front. Everything's up in the back, okay? This is the style I decided to go with because I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning of this video, but this entire look was a dupe look to a young lady that subscribed to my channel by the name of Gem Spot TV. Her name is That Gem, and I am doing this makeup look to enter into her 700 subby subscriber. And all I'm going to do is make another little snippet and show her this look. And I hope you ladies like it. Go on over to her channel, subscribe to her channel, and if and when you do, mention my name. Let her know that I referred you to her channel. We can help her to reach those 700 subbies, and hopefully I win the giveaway. But whoever wins, I am happy for them. And yeah, so I hope you took something from this look with me today. And yeah, so Until we meet again, thank you so much for watching. I'll get some pictures and I'll put them up on Instagram. Bye. Yes, so I've moved lights, and this is just a little bit of a better lighting where you can see that glow coming from my highlighter and my contour. And yeah, so that's the completed look in a different light, and I hope you guys love it. And if you like these type of videos, I'm going to try to choose some type of video editor next time or something and try to shorten them, because I don't know what other way but to fully describe what I'm doing. Okay? So I'll speak to you guys later on. Bye-bye.